In a world where fire lives and breathes, two existences mirror the same flame, yet follow opposite paths. On one side, a domesticated flame, shaped by human hands. On the other, an untamed fire, pulsing within the wild heart of the forest. Beings of burning loyalty, fearless guardians of fire, and of their territories. Two barks cut through the air at the very same moment. One rises from behind a wooden fence. The other echoes from a damp forest where mist conceals teeth, hunger, and silence. Both belong to the same Pokémon, Growlithe. On the farm, Growlithe learns first through his nose. He recognizes every scent within his territory. This is how he draws his borders, through scent and warning. He never forgets a smell. Here, he watches the fences and the fields around the farm, his sharp sense of smell catching every intruder that dares to approach his home, and the Pokémon under his care. He watches over the young. With him, they're safe. Bathed in constant care, he forges a lifelong bond with his trainer. On the farm, he's raised with affection, steadied by routine and defined by a mission. He patrols the barn as if it were a castle. In the forest, there is no routine. There is only a hostile world and survival. Here, Growlithe does not guard a barn, he guards a pack. In the wild, scent is not comfort, it is an alarm. To read the threats is to survive. The leader will always take the risk for the group. His sharp sense of smell doesn't only detect predators, it also finds food for the pack. This Growlithe does not bark on command, he barks for life. Here, evolving into Arcanine is not a luxury, it's a necessity to protect the group. On the farm, the evolution into Arcanine must be planned. Size, appetite, and energy demand responsibility. Until that day arrives, Growlithe reads the wind, even during his moments of rest. His exceptionally sharp sense of smell allows him to detect intruders from a distance. Predators may try to slip into the territory Growlithe protects, believing they will go unnoticed. But Growlithe's patrol never truly ends. With his nose to the wind, he reads the world like a map. Predators move slow, silent, clever, certain they've fooled the farm's guardian, sure that his plan worked. The predator thinks it's alone, like it just hit the jackpot. But it isn't. Growlithe warns it, and yet he doesn't harm. He marks territory and protects his family. His bravery is a profession, not ferocity, refined through coexistence and daily care. If larger predators arrive, he will be ready. For now, however, the sleep is calm. In the shadowed heart of the forest, Growlithe must remain alert at all times. Large nocturnal predators hunt smaller prey without mercy, and when they do not retreat at the first growl, Growlithe learns a lesson early, a lesson that hurts. Sometimes you drive them away, sometimes you endure, and sometimes you run to live one more day. The pack must find shelter as fast as possible. In times of scarcity, a predator will not give up easily. Back on the farm, the trainer watches his Growlithe. Their bond is as strong as any wild pack's. He reads the signs, understands gestures, and follows commands. Yet even in the most intimate, affectionate moments, Growlithe stays alert and never forgets a scent, a warning. Then he bursts forward at speed. Something isn't right. Predators that once found food on the farm may return, and this time with reinforcements. He will face any opponent, but sometimes the strength is simply too great. Desperate in their search for shelter, the pack stumbles upon something as if nature itself were answering their need. A firestone, small, yet carrying immense weight. In the forest, no one delays evolution. Necessity grips life by the collar. And this is not beautiful magic. It is fire becoming form, fear turning into courage, instinct sharpening into leadership. They know, either you become the answer or you become a memory. In the forest, no energy is wasted. With Arcanine standing guard over the pack, few predators dare to strike, knowing they too may be wounded. Arcanine is strong enough to protect his pack. He doesn't defend fences, he defends the wilderness, an ancient instinct tempered by daily confrontation. When everything seemed lost, the bond and trust shaped by life itself did not abandon him. With his trainer's approval and the need to defend his home, Growlithe does not hesitate. He touches the firestone. Like fire itself, Arcanine emerges. Arcanine is not merely a larger Growlithe. He is presence. He is size. He is strength. Now Arcanine stands ready to defend his home against any threat. The farm learns how to care for a guardian as vast as destiny itself. And he learns to protect without the need to wound. His fire is steady, controlled, reliable. He's not an attacker, he's a guardian. In the forest, Arcanine is fast enough to secure food. Every meal earned matters. The pack that once knew hunger now eats. At night, he stays on alert, watching over his pack. By day, they push into new territory. A safe place is as important as food. The vigilance is constant. His presence intimidates threats. The moment they sense him, they flee without hesitation. But intimidate doesn't always work. Sometimes the fight for survival in the forest is brutal. And when the territory is rich, titans of the forest may contest it. A perfect chance for the younger ones to learn what battle really means. The strong will prevail and protect what matters most to him, his pack. There are no human applauses here, only silent recognition. Now, Arcanine patrols the perimeter like a domestic legend. Even so, he remains gentle. An immense body, an attentive gaze, patience carefully trained. A giant who could have conquered the forest, he instead focuses all his strength on protection, guiding the young away from the dangers that circle the land. Arcanine will defend these grounds and his family until his final days. Two Arcanine, one born of care and affection, the other of survival and urgency. Yet both carry the same certainty in their hearts. Family is what matters most. This spirit of protection and loyalty leads us to the Hisuian Growlithe. Survivors of a distant age, they have lived apart from humans for so long that only the echo of human warmth remains. Fire and stone are woven into their very bodies, and they endure in places few others can call home. They patrol their territories in pairs, bound by a rare kind of loyalty. And when new threats emerge, it is as if the land itself calls them. In a sacred rite, the strongest of the pack is chosen to protect the territory when Hisuian Growlithe touches the Firestone to protect the pack. A greater form awakens. Hisuian Arcanine emerges, a fusion of fire and stone, heat colliding with raw, rocky force, strong enough to guard its territory from humans. He does not run across farms. He does not dwell in forests. He dominates frozen roots and protects his own, not through human training, but through the sheer will to survive. amid cutting winds and endless trials, a storm of muscle, fire, and stone. This is the legend of Hisuian Arcanine, proof of how a small Growlithe can adapt to any environment. But the essence never changes. Where there is territory, there will be a Growlithe on watch. And where there is danger, there will be an Arcanine running to face it. Stay tuned for the next episodes to discover more details about these incredible creatures.